Hello again. This time, Newton's laws of motion. Right. There are three of them. Number one, bodies continue at rest or in uniform motion unless acted upon by an external force. This might seem fairly intuitive to us now, but at the time this was revolutionary. People could see that objects kept moving. If you threw something through the air, then it kept moving. And they didn't know why it kept moving, because they could see no apparent force pushing the object as it moved through the air. So they came up with lots of inventive explanations. For example, as an object moved through the air, it left a partial vacuum behind it. Air would then rush into that partial vacuum to fill it, and that would push the object on through the air. Quite inventive, really. We now know, thanks to Newton, that you don't need any complicated explanations like that. The body, even in the absence of air, would keep moving at the same velocity unless an external force acts upon it. And Newton's second law of motion tells you what the effect that force has. The force applied is equal to the rate of change of momentum. The third law, for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction, we don't need in this module, so I won't spend too much time talking about that one. We'll be concentrating on that second law. Force applied is equal to the rate of change of momentum, because that allows us to calculate what effect a force will have on a body. In all of the cases that we're concerned about in this module, we can assume that the mass of the objects is constant. So the rate of change of momentum, which is the rate of change of the mass times the velocity, because that's all momentum is, could be written as just the mass times the rate of change of the velocity. We can take the m outside of the differential here because it's a constant. The rate of change of the velocity is, by definition, the acceleration. So that allows us to write Newton's second law in this simpler form. Force is mass times acceleration. But remember, this is only true if the mass of the object moving is constant. Okay, that was a very short one, but that's all you need to know about Newton's second law of motion.